All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, most profound questions out there. It's a cosmic mystery that gets right to the heart of life, the universe, and our own future. So, where does humanity fit in the grand scheme of things? Let's find out.
I mean, just think about the sheer scale of it all. We're talking about hundreds of billions of galaxies, and each of those has hundreds of billions of stars. The numbers are just staggering. So, statistically, there should be millions, if not billions of planets kind of like Earth out there. With that many rolls of the dice, you'd think the cosmos would be a bustling, noisy place, right? A true cosmic zoo?
And yet, when we point our telescopes to the sky, when we listen with our radio dishes, what do we get? Silence. Just this deep, profound, and honestly, kind of creepy cosmic silence.
So, this silent universe, it's not just a curiosity. It's a real puzzle that has kept scientists up at night for decades.
And it has a name, the Fermi Paradox. It's pretty simple, really. On one hand, everything we know about the universe says that life should be common. On the other hand, we have absolutely zero proof that it exists anywhere but here. These two facts just don't add up, and that's the paradox.
This quote from the economist Robin Hanson really brings this whole thing down to earth. He's pointing out that everything we see, our own planet's history, our solar system, everything, it all works perfectly according to the normal laws of physics, as if it were all completely lifeless. There are no signs of massive alien engineering projects, no colonized star systems. It all just looks, well, dead.
So how do we explain this deafening silence? Well, one of the most compelling, and frankly, one of the most chilling explanations is a concept called the Great Filter.
The basic idea is this. Think of the long, long road from the first spark of life to a galaxy-spanning civilization. The Great Filter theory says that somewhere on that road there is a wall, a barrier, a challenge so incredibly difficult that almost no species ever makes it past. And that is why the universe is so quiet.
To really get what this filter is, Hanson wants us to picture the evolution of life as a kind of cosmic obstacle course, a gauntlet, a whole series of steps that life has to successfully navigate before it can even think about colonizing the stars. And here it is, the evolutionary gauntlet. As you can see, it is a long journey. First, you need the perfect star system. Then life itself has to somehow spark into existence from non-living matter. From there, it needs to get complex, figure out how to reproduce effectively, then make the huge leap to becoming a multi-celled creature. And you're still not done. You need intelligent, tool-using animals to eventually form a civilization, and that civilization has to make it all the way to interstellar travel. The theory says at least one of these steps is just nearly impossible.
Now, this whole theory has some pretty massive implications for us because it forces us to ask one really, really important question.
And here it is. This is the absolute heart of the matter. Where are we on this timeline? Did we already conquer the impossible step without even realizing it? Or is that big, scary wall still waiting for us up ahead?
When you boil it down, there are really only two ways this can go. On one hand, you have the good news scenario. Maybe the filter is behind us. Maybe the leap from non-life to simple cells was the 1 in a trillion shot. If that's true, it means we're incredibly rare, special even, and the galaxy is empty and waiting for us. But then there's the bad news. What if the filter is in our future? Well, that paints a much, much darker picture. It means the silence we hear is the silence of a cosmic graveyard, because civilizations get to where we are now, and then something stops them. Every single time.
Okay, so this brings up a really weird, counterintuitive thought experiment. Let's say we send a rover to Mars, and it finds fossils. Not intelligent life, just simple alien life that evolved there on its own. That's got to be good news, right? Cause for huge celebration for humanity?
Well, according to the logic of the Great Filter, no. It would be absolutely terrible news. In fact, it might be the most terrifying discovery in human history.
And I know that sounds completely backwards, but here's why. If we found that life started all by itself on 2 different planets in our own solar system, it would mean that those early steps on the gauntlet, getting life started, developing complexity, they aren't hard at all. They must be super common. And if the early steps are easy, then the Great Filter can't be in our past, which means it's almost certainly still waiting for us, somewhere in our future, a final test that no one, so far, has ever passed.
So, if the filter is ahead of us, what in the world could it be? What is this final hurdle that apparently stops every single advanced civilization in its tracks?
Well, the theories range from the predictable to the stuff of sci-fi nightmares. Maybe it's something baked into our own DNA, our tribalism, our aggression, that means any intelligent species is doomed to destroy itself with its own technology. Or maybe it's simpler, like we just use up all our planet's resources before we can make the leap to the stars. Or you get into the really scary stuff, like the berserker hypothesis, the idea that someone else already passed the filter and sent out deadly probes to eliminate any up-and-coming competition.
Now, look, the Great Filter is a powerful, chilling idea, but we have to remember it's not the only explanation out there. There are other, less terrifying possibilities for the silence. Maybe advanced civilizations are hiding on purpose, following some kind of prime directive. Or maybe interstellar travel is just so ridiculously hard and expensive that nobody even bothers.
In fact, SETI astronomer Seth Shostak has this fantastic alternative idea. What if we're just looking for the wrong thing entirely? We expect giant spaceships, but maybe the ultimate path for an advanced civilization isn't to build big, but to build small. They might be more interested in nanotechnology, re-engineering reality on an atomic scale. They could be everywhere, but in a form we wouldn't even recognize.
But for now, let's bring it all back home, back to us. On that 9-step cosmic gauntlet, humanity is right here at step 8. We are a global civilization, and we have the science and the potential to start expanding beyond Earth. We are standing right on the doorstep of that final step.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? We are right there, poised to take that last leap to step 9. Are we the ones who will finally break through the filter? Are we the universe's great hope? Or is the eerie silence we hear out there just a preview of our own inevitable fate?